Hi, Stephen from Owner Disown. I'm going to do a first impression and unboxing of the HP Pavilion gaming laptop. It's a 15.6-inch laptop that's a little bit more subtle in design compared to the HP Omen. And again, it's budget-minded, so it's affordable to most gamers. Now, this is the 15 CX0020NR. It's available for about $798 on Amazon. It has the i5-8300H CPU. It's a quad-core CPU, 8 threads, and it's a good fit for this type of laptop because it doesn't run as hot as the 6-core CPUs, slightly lower powered, but to be fair, it's still as fast as a 7820HK at stock, perhaps slightly faster even. And it only has 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. It has 1 terabyte, unfortunately, a 5,400 RPM hard drive with I think 16 gigabytes of Optane memory flash there to try and speed it up, but I think you need a bit more than that to speed one of those drives up. So that's probably going to be one of its weakest points, but it does have a GTX 1050 Ti. Now, it can be configured with an AMD GPU. It still has the Intel i5-8300H CPU and the same specs other than the AMD RX560 graphics card, which is about 10% slower than the 1050. So that's about $710. Now, I don't recommend that as a particularly great buy at $710. I recommend that you go for the 15T Hex. So that's with the i7-8750H CPU. Of course, it runs a little bit hotter. Now, you can get it with the GTX 1050 for 60 Hertz panel for about $789. Or I think what the best option is for $999, going for the, of course, it's the hex core CPU, but a GTX 1060 144 Hertz panel for $999. That is pretty sweet. Because you've got to remember, my HP Omen I got, that was $999, but only a 60 Hertz panel. And that was only available in Micro Center. This is available on HP's website. So I think that's a great deal. Open up to far more people. So the computer I have only has a 60 Hertz panel, so we'll see how that compares to the Qimi panel on the Omen I had, but I suspect it's the exact same panel. Here we have the power supply. Nice small power supply, 150 watts. That's perfect size for this laptop, and it makes it, for a nice portable gaming package. Interestingly, this has a 52.5 watt hour battery versus the 70 watt hour battery in the Omen. And the Omen lasted about 3.5 hours. Of course, that was running off the GTX 1060 all of the time. So HP say they expect this to have about close to 9 hours of battery life, which is pretty optimistic, I think. I don't know what Kool-Aid they've been drinking, but I'm going to put that to the test. So that would suggest anyhow that this runs Optimus, varies between the GTX 1050 Ti and the internal HD graphics. So as you see, it's a plastic build, shiny emblem up here. Now, one good thing about this type of build is not going to be much of a fingerprint magnet, and it's more subtle in design, isn't it? You could take that into a coffee shop and no one's going to shout out at you or anything like that, so that's probably perfectly fine. Underneath, we have some big green feet, bigger at the back than the front, which is nice. Now, the air venting is not quite the same. It's more Dell G3-like in terms of the venting, so that would limit some of the cooling. The Omen had bigger air vents, so I suspect if you go for the 6-core CPU one, that's something to bear in mind. This will probably run a little bit hotter, I suspect. So let's open it up inside. Key spacing feels good. It looks fairly decent. Number pad, I like that. That's good, and it doesn't feel cramped. So I think for a fairly small chassis, that's not too bad at all. The trackpad is a little bit smaller than you would expect, and you do have some extremely hideous stickers on here, so I'd peel them off. Now, this looks like it's aluminum, brushed aluminum on the top here. Now the screen, one central hinge, does seem very flimsy there. It's not, you can see how much it wobbles. I would be concerned at the longevity, the strength of this hinge. Now, you have looks like speakers up the top, which is quite nice, and the power button here. But other than that, it does look pretty sweet. And in terms of footprint compared to, say, the Razer 15, you know, in a bag, it's not going to take up that much more space. But with thin bezels, it looks quite decent. So, and there you can see the difference between the Razer 15 and the Pavilion. And thickness-wise, you know, we're talking, this is with the feet there as well. It's just about an inch, or just short of 28 millimeters. And weight-wise, we've got 5 pounds 4 ounces. So that's actually not too bad. So on the left-hand side, we have two USB 3.1 Type A ports, and the Kensington lock, and the SD card reader. Now around the back, it is pretty bare. Nothing here, which is nice in a way. The Omen did have some nice connections here, which I thought was fantastic. And you've got some nice subtle looking air vents here. And on the right hand side, we have a combo headphone microphone jack, Ethernet port, HDMI, and it looks like a USB 2 port there. So, and a USB-C. So you do not have a Thunderbolt 3 port on here, or a mini display port like on the Omen. So you do sacrifice some ports. Right, well, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and remember, put down in the description below what, or comments below, what you'd like me to test. And, I will do my best to meet what you want. Thank you. Bye.